Drinking beer, talking sports.
Talking sports.
This is Paul Harvey.
Hey,
Cheers.
turn speakers down a little bit for make sure you pick that shit up.
Drinking beer, talking sports.
Turn the surround sound a little bit.
Live and everything. Now, my main man, the originator of this type of style is in the
There you go,
house,
right there.
Paul Harvey. And you know what? Let's get right to it.
Yes, sir.
We talked earlier about a lot of, MVP caliber players in the NFL. And I talked about it. Big Ride, Locke, and I talked about it. In your opinion, I'm going to name some players to you for the MVP race. You got Adrian Peterson, Calvin Johnson, Peyton Manning, J.J. Watt, Tom Brady, RG3, whoever else want to add to this. In your opinion, right now in the NFL, who's the leader in the MVP race, or who would you pick to be the MVP in the league right now? Talk to me.
Well, right now, all the players that you just named, I agree with. I cannot count out none of those guys that you referred to. However, right now, out of that group that you said, I'm thinking that Adrian Peterson and my man Peyton Manning is the top two. The reason why I say they're the top two because they're the ones that just come off major injuries. The reason why I say that is everybody, ACL is what happened to Montrell? Major. Don't get me wrong. It's a major injury. A major injury. But a neck injury is not heard of coming back from. I don't know nobody that had a neck injury in the NFL that came back from a neck injury other than Peyton Manning. And then Peyton Manning, if you do your stats, I know everybody wanted to, he used to come back to do over 30 touchdowns, only less than 10 interceptions. And the thing I said before the season even started was Denver had a good team, right? Denver made it to the AFC Championship last year with a garbage-ass Tim Tebow as their quarterback. Okay? Now, with a major guy like Peyton Manning, if he could go give an old shell of himself, I know they could be back. I picked them to be the team to come out the AFC.
Obviously, it'd be a lot better than anybody would imagine, even better. But even though you said it, that they could do that.
I said this.
Okay.
I said this. As I sip my drink.
As you sip your drink, you drink a beer.
It's a beer.
Talking sports. As you transition on, you said Peyton Manning. Let's talk about Adrian Peterson.
Not take away nothing from AP. Right. Now, the only reason, because AP is the beast. AP not only runs over you once he finishes the play. He put it on you after he makes it.
And you know they're going to run the ball.
His yards at the catch or run is off the chain. He's done something nobody ever done as far as come back from a torn ACL and be a beast like he is. Now, what I would give to him is comeback player of the year. And I would give MVP to Peyton Manning.
But
the reason why. I said, but you said, but.
I can't take that was advocate.
I'm going to tell you guys that.
Denver was a playoff team last year without Peyton Manning. They're a playoff team this year, obviously. AP and what he did with the Vikings, he made them a playoff team this year. Obviously, they're in the mix. He's leading the league in rushing. He may break the record for Eric Dickerson. Why are you sitting here putting Peyton Manning on the pedestal, saying he's MVP, but they was already a playoff team last year? What did he do different that was so special? Yeah, we know he's cold. Don't get me wrong. What you say is right, but think about what you're saying. They were already a playoff team last year without him.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up. Now, the reason why I say that he gets MVP is because AP, for example, they stack 8 in the box on AP. When they stack 8 in the box,
he run right past him.
He doesn't run right past him. Teams slow him down. What it does is, let me finish. You asked me a question. What it does is, they act like they're going to run, and then they put one-on-one for his receivers, and it opens up.
Somebody did tell him.
So it's not always just 8 in the box. When it's 8 in the box and he makes your odds, then that's fine. But it's not always 8 in the box. They stack it up for their defense and set it up for the people to open up. And then once they can't do 8, and then they have to respect the receivers, they go back to the regular, and that's when he gets his yards. Perfect example today. They played Texas. Texas lost to Minnesota, but they held Adrian Peterson to only 3 yards of carry. Thank you. Held them down. Held them. They stacked at 8. They stacked at 8, and they held them. But what it was the receivers got open, one-on-one coverage, and they got it. So my point is, Adrian's cold, but when they stack 8, like the Bears didn't do, they didn't stack 8, and that's why he ran wild on the Bears. But if you stack 8 in the box, first half.
After that,
first half, they stacked 8 in the box in the second half. That's what they did. When you stack 8 in the box, you can shut him down and shut that team down. And you got locked down as cornerbacks. But if you don't,
can I make? Yeah, and what you saying is right, Harvey. As you break bench all sports as we taste. When I've been in living color, had Ann earlier, had Harv earlier, had my guy Big Ryan Lock earlier. Now, I'll make this argument to you. You say they don't say 8 in the box, but everyone knows that Minnesota runs the ball. Yet he still gets his yard. So I don't know if that is a detrimental argument because you make a great argument, but let's not pretend like Minnesota don't run the ball. Everyone knows in the league that they run the ball every time. They got garbage receivers, Simpson, Cincinnati. Dude quarterback is garbage. Got a popcorn on. He's still getting his yard, like Eric Gibson did, like Walter Payton did, like Jim Brown did. So how can you make an argument for Peyton Manning, for Calvin Johnson, for J.J. Watt, and Tom Brady as I pull out, the paper?
For the paperwork, I
will pull it out.
Okay, now I'm glad you asked that question.
Why are we in living color?
I'm glad you asked the question. Again, this dude, don't get me wrong, he's a great running back. Great. However, you can shut him down 8 times in a row, then you might pop one.
He might pop one.
He might
like
pop
Chris
one.
Johnson.
He might pop one.
Like
now, Calvin Johnson. Since you naming these people,
MVP.
Calvin Johnson is a 6'5" receiver. He bigger than most people that stick him.
Tight ends even.
So he gonna go up and get the ball and you put it up there.
Plus he's fast, right?
And he runs a 4-3 speed. 4-3. Runs 4-3.
American, you
hear that? 4-3. Now, he's not as physical. Now, I'll pick him. Now, the guy that ain't putting in there is Marshall. Now, the Bears are 21st overall offensive. However, Brandon Marshall is second in receiving yards and first in catches. So, what that's telling you is, if they 21st overall, without this dude,
he a beast. Thank you. So, it's safe to say that you think Brandon Marshall is in the MVP race also.
I think they're leaving him out.
I would have to agree with that.
I would put him up there, definitely.
As we talk about Brandon Marshall, Adrian Peterson, what are some of your favorite running backs or the best running backs in the league as we transition into the running game? Let's talk about the NFL.
AP is the top dog. Top dog. Now, we got to think about running backs and ultra backs. Now, running backs is just run. They can't catch the ball out the backfield. Can't block. Now, ultra backs is like a scroll. So Sproul can block, throw a little block, a little mug, but he can run out the backfield. He can share the block, and he can go out the backfield. Westbrook, when he was in the day, but he's not. But who took over that play is McCoy. McCoy does the same thing. And my man Foster, Adrian Foster, Texas, when he healthy. A lot of these players not healthy now, but when they're healthy, they're a beast. The little running back that's helping right now is for Washington. Morris, I think it's Morris. Yeah. Morris is a beast. You know why he a beast? He has a hell of an offensive line. They open up the holes for him, and then everybody like, oh, if it wasn't for Morris, RG3 wouldn't do his thing. RG3 do his thing on his feet, ain't do this thing past. So it ain't got Morris ain't got nothing to do with that.
But if Morris was not there, do you think he'd still be his coach?
Yeah, sometimes he got to run the ball because nobody is off of the line stuck.
Right.
He has to make up for it. Keith. I'm gonna go back in time. Barry Sanders
Give me that shit. Tell me what you
had a shitty offensive line. Most of the time they was touching him in the backfield.
Right.
But he was so cold, he would break a tackle
touch.
and make it. You ain't gotta have offensive line all the time.
So your top 3 running backs are who then? In your opinion, after you
AP.
Adrian Peterson all day.
The Morrison boy.
Morris. Okay.
And my man I just said break the tackle.
I said you gotta do this.
Break the tackle.
You gotta do it one time.
As we talk about this, go Dave in the house.
This guy. This guy's just a fan.
Now,
he's one of them fans.
And we talking about fans, and we transition.
I ain't saying my third back. Now, my third back.
As we say,
my third back. That's Cole also.
Who's Cole? In your opinion.
Running back. People will sleep on.
Chris, not to belabor the point, what was going through your mind when it happened?
Good.
It's Gore when he don't fumble the ball. Gore's a beast.
So you think he's a fumbler?
Yeah, he's a fumbler.
But Matt Forte is in your high echelon, probably.
Matt Forte would be my Forte would be my top 5, and I'm not biased being a Bears fan. Overall, if the Bears ran more plays for him, he would be. Because he's a beast of a block, he's a beast of a catcher, and he can run the motherfucking ball. But they got a shitty-ass offensive line. Okay, so he don't hit the holes. He hesitates on the holes.
How many missed first-round picks can one team have?
That too. Let's talk about that offensive lineman. We didn't pick 3 top offensive linemen that's supposed to be cold. I'm gonna go back to him. Chris Williams was supposed to be a top offensive lineman. Mark Colombo for all time, and Cameron Ridley was supposed to be a top lineman. And them garbage ass niggas ain't shit. The Bears, everybody's like the Bears ain't tried. They did. They tried to go offensive line.
Is it safe to say that we have failed at the GM position in Chicago for years? Not just recently, but for like 10 years.
Yes, yes.
Is it also safe to say we gave a lot of picks, first-round picks for color? We gave a lot not having those safe first-round picks. What do you think about this situation? We gave up so much.
I don't think we gave up too much for Cutler because he was the best quarterback that we've ever had in our history.
That's true.
That we've had. Talented. He's 3-time, not Pro Bowler, but he was over in Denver.
He was rough.
He passed. He was a hell of a quarterback.
He won Pro Bowl.
Yeah. And then we went and landed his guy. His go-to guy. Right? So, now what Cutler's problem is, people don't want to address it. Cutler locks in on his receivers.
Well said.
He don't throw the ball away
when you're outside the pocket. When we all know you just throw it away, you good to go.
Then you get it and get it.
Watch the sign. You got 15 minutes.
Now, the Bears are going to go down in history as a team in the NFL that has been in. So
now keep going.
There was a team that was 73 last year that didn't make the playoffs, and 71 this year that's on the verge of not making the playoffs.
So to summarize it,
so therefore, I'm gonna put some of the blame on a 9-year coach, Lovie Smith, which has never been a person that
should blame Will.
No, he never says no. He speaks up. The team loves him. They love him. He loves him. Roll it up.
So to summarize it, what is the problem with the Bears why we can't win?
Well, right now we don't have enough toughness.
Okay. What else?
And